El rugido de los aficionados, el ritmo de las porras, la intensidad en la cancha. Esto es más que solo un partido de fútbol. Con DraftKings Sportsbook, esta es tu oportunidad de convertir cada jugada en una gran ganancia. Descarga la app de DraftKings Sportsbook y usa el código HEART. Ese es el código HEART para que los nuevos usuarios reciban $200 en bonus bets al instante cuando apuestes solo $5. En asociación con DraftKings, la corona es tuya. ¿Problemas con el juego? Llama al 1-800-GAMBLER. En Nueva York, llama al 877-8-HOPE-NY o envía un mensaje de texto con la palabra HOPE-NY al 467-369. En Connecticut, hay ayuda disponible para problemas con el juego. Llama al 888-789-7777 o visita ccpg.org. Juega responsablemente. En nombre de Boot Hill Casino Resort, Kansas. Debe ser mayor de 21 años. La elegibilidad varía según la jurisdicción. No válido en Ontario. Pueden aplicarse cargos en Illinois. Las apuestas de bonos son de un solo uso. La apuesta no se incluye en las ganancias y caducan después de ser otorgadas. La oferta finaliza el 29 de septiembre 2025 a las 11:59 p.m. hora del este. Los términos en DraftKings.com/sportsbook/promos.
Doors closing.
Morning.
You missed some excitement. There was a guy a few stops back holding a sign that said, "Ask me about my previous life."
Please tell me you did.
I tried. He said he didn't want to jinx the continuity. Then he offered me a crystal wrapped in tinfoil and called me Agent Strudel.
Agent Strudel?
Which is now what I'd like to have printed on my gravestone. Thank you very much.
Was that a chicken?
I refuse to check.
Morning, everyone. Don't worry, he's well behaved. Just giving Reggie a change of scenery. Chickens deserve fresh air too.
Hard to argue with that.
He's seen more of this city than most Uber drivers. Say hi, Reggie.
Does Reggie have any thoughts about reincarnation?
Oh, absolutely. He's convinced he used to be a street magician.
Makes sense. Very stage presency.
This is Tales from the Blue Line by Auditory Anthology.
Have you ever thought we live in an improv show and nobody invited us?
Constantly.
Anyway, you're up this morning, right?
Yeah. Story came back to me the other night during a night shift. One of those weird ones that just never left me.
Love it already.
The night had been quiet. Suspiciously so. Erica never trusted nights like that. Too still, too smooth. They are always a setup for something strange. At 2:14 a.m., something strange arrived. A man was wheeled into the ER of St. Jude's Community Hospital in Milwaukee, looking dazed but lucid. No major injuries, just a deep cut along the temple and some minor bruising on his arms. He'd fallen in his apartment, he said, slipped while trying to change a light bulb in the kitchen. He gave his name, Daniel Hollis. Birth date, July 17, 1983. Same name and date of birth Erica typed into the electronic record system as she started his intake chart. That's when the red banner popped up. Deceased. Do not modify record. Erica frowned. Must be a system glitch. She clicked again. Same result. Then she opened the full chart. Daniel Hollis, July 17, 1983. Same address, same emergency contact. Died in a St. Jude's ER 4 days ago. Same name, same face. Not similar, not close. The same. Erica's eyes locked on the photo in the file, a still frame from a prior visit just weeks before. Daniel's hair was a little longer then. The hospital gown had been blue instead of green, but it was him. She turned to the man lying quietly in bed, his temple cleaned and bandaged now. He was thumbing through the channels on the small TV bolted to the ceiling, pausing briefly on a weather report before settling on an infomercial about spiral ham. "Mr. Hollis?" Erica asked, forcing calm into her voice. He looked at her, mildly curious. "Yeah? You said this was your first time here?" He nodded. "Never needed a hospital before. Guess I broke my streak." Erica smiled, a little too tightly. "Right, just double-checking." She returned to her desk, heart tapping faster than it should have. Someone had either made a very big clerical mistake or she was sitting 10 feet away from a dead man who didn't know he was supposed to be dead. Back at her station, Erica dug deeper. The original Daniel Hollis had come in late on Sunday night. Grand mal seizure. Paramedics had found him collapsed in his bathroom. He never regained consciousness. Time of death, 2:41 a.m. She double-checked the death certificate. Same birth date, same address, same emergency contact, Michelle Hollis, listed as sister, signed and filed. In the picture, Erica kept returning to it. Even accounting for lighting and angles and hospital pallor, the resemblance was unnerving. She pulled up the current Daniels intake again. The system wouldn't let her create a new file, kept bouncing her back to the original. It was as if the system refused to believe there were two different people. She tried to work around it, used the middle name field, added the Roman numeral 2 at the end of his last name, but every tweak reverted back, auto-populating with the deceased's info. Daniel Hollis was in the system only once, and he was supposed to be dead. Erica glanced at the small observation window into the patient's room. He was sipping water and absently flipping channels again, pausing on a cooking show. There was no sign of confusion or trauma. If anything, he looked bored. She decided to try something, picked up the phone and dialed the number listed for Michelle Hollis. A groggy voice answered after the third ring. "Hello? Hi, is this Michelle Hollis? Who's calling? This is Erica. I'm a nurse at St. Jude's. I just needed to confirm something about your brother. My brother passed away this week. I know. I mean, I'm sorry. Do you happen to have a photo of him? Could you describe him to me?" He was 6'1", brown eyes, a little mole on his cheekbone, worked construction. Why are you asking? Erica stared into the room again. Mole, eyes, height. Check, check, check. I think… She stopped herself. I just needed to verify the file. Thank you. Please don't call again. The line went dead. Erica lowered the phone, goosebumps rising along her forearms. This wasn't a twin. This wasn't someone who looked like Daniel Hollis. This was Daniel Hollis. And something was deeply, fundamentally wrong. By 4 a.m., Erica had stopped trying to make sense of it. The chart said Daniel Hollis was dead. The man in room 4B said he wasn't. Both versions insisted they were right, and neither had given her a reason to believe otherwise, except, of course, that they couldn't both be true. She decided to check in one last time before her break. The room was dark except for the glow of the television, which now played a documentary about ancient burial rituals. Daniel sat upright, hands folded neatly in his lap. "I couldn't sleep," he said, without looking at her. "Do you know what time it is?" "A little after 4. He nodded slowly. "Feels later." She checked the IV, keeping her tone light. "Headache?" "Not anymore, just something off, like the gravity's wrong." Erica raised an eyebrow. "That's a new one." "I know," he said. "I don't know how else to explain it. I keep feeling like I'm supposed to be somewhere else." She turned to face him. "Mr. Hollis, do you have a sister named Michelle?" He paused. His brow creased. No," he said. "At least, not that I remember. Should I?" "You tell me." Daniel looked at her, uneasy now. "Is there something you're not telling me?" Before Erica could answer, the heart monitor beside him blipped, a sharp spike, then a flat line. She gasped and rushed toward it, but within seconds the heartbeat resumed. No alarms had sounded. The vitals had dipped to 0, then bounced back like nothing had happened. Daniel looked at the screen, then at Erica. "Huh. You didn't feel that?" "Feel what?" Erica stared at the machine, then back at him. Something was starting to gnaw at her, something deeper than protocol or science, something ancient, instinctual. Daniel laid back against the pillow and closed his eyes. A moment later, he mumbled, almost sleep-talking. "You believe in second chances?" Erica's mouth went dry. "What?" But his breathing had evened out. His chest rose and fell, slow and steady. He was asleep. She backed out of the room without another word, and she didn't go back in again until daylight. By morning, Erica wasn't sure if the night had really happened. There was no evidence of anything unusual, just her own gut tied in knots and a chart that refused to be irrational. She gave her report to the day shift nurse, Sarah, with as much normalcy as she could manage. When she reached Daniel Hollis, she tried to say as little as possible. "He's in 4B, observation only. Took a fall last night, no concussion, cleared CT, should be good for discharge once he's seen by the attending." Sarah nodded, scribbled a note, and that was that. But when Erica walked past 4B 10 minutes later on her way out, Daniel was gone. The bed was neatly made. No sign of the patient, no chart, no discharge form. The wristband was missing from the tray. She walked calmly to the front desk. "Hey, did someone discharge Hollis already?" The unit clerk blinked. "Who?" "Daniel Hollis, 4B. No one's been in 4B all morning. That room's been empty since shift change." Erica went to the security office, pulled footage. She watched 4B from 3 angles, watched herself walk out of the room after her last visit. No one entered again. No one left. The footage skipped from 6:02 a.m. to 6:19 a.m., and when the feed resumed, the bed was empty. Just gone. That afternoon, when Erica opened her locker to grab her bag, she found an envelope. No markings, no return address, just a folded sheet of paper inside. Scrawled in tight, careful handwriting, "Thank you. You were kind to me, both times." Erica stood there for a long time, staring at the note. Then she folded it back up and slipped it into her pocket, saying nothing. Some stories don't need retelling. Some just need remembering.
El rugido de los aficionados, el ritmo de las porras, la intensidad en la cancha. Esto es más que solo un partido de fútbol. Con DraftKings Sportsbook, esta es tu oportunidad de convertir cada jugada en una gran ganancia. Descarga la app de DraftKings Sportsbook y usa el código HEART. Ese es el código HEART para que los nuevos usuarios reciban $200 en bonus bets al instante cuando apuestes solo $5. En asociación con DraftKings, la corona es tuya. ¿Problemas con el juego? Llama al 1-800-GAMBLER. En Nueva York, llama al 877-8-HOPE-NY o envía un mensaje de texto con la palabra HOPE-NY al 467-369. En Connecticut, hay ayuda disponible para problemas con el juego. Llama al 888-789-7777 o visita ccpg.org. Juega responsablemente. En nombre de Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Debe ser mayor de 21 años. La elegibilidad varía según la jurisdicción. No válido en Ontario. Pueden aplicarse cargos en Illinois. Las apuestas de bonos son de un solo uso. La apuesta no se incluye en las ganancias y caducan después de ser otorgadas. La oferta finaliza el 29 de septiembre 2025 a las 11:59 p.m. hora del este. Los términos en DraftKings.com/sportsbook/promos.
Peacemaker is back. On Peacemaker, the official podcast with James Gunn, hear exclusive Season 2 insights and break down every new episode after it airs on HBO Max. James Gunn and co-hosts Jennifer Holland and Steve Agee share outrageous behind-the-scenes stories, answer fan questions, and more. You'll also hear from special guests like Peacemaker himself on his favorite moments throughout the season. Listen or watch Peacemaker, the official podcast with James Gunn on HBO Max, the HBO Max and DC YouTube channels, or wherever you get your podcasts. Stream Peacemaker on HBO Max.
Okay, I'm not saying I believe it. I also don't think I'll ever walk past a quiet hospital room the same ever again.
That's the correct reaction.
So what do you think? Ghost? Glitch in the Matrix? Government clone experiment?
Maybe just someone who wasn't quite ready to go. Slipped back through before the door finally shut.
You know, you have a real gift for making something deeply unsettling sound almost poetic.
Thank you. It's what every nurse develops by year 5. That and the ability to drink coffee that's older than most interns. Same time tomorrow?
If the cosmos allows.
Oh, they will. I hope you've got something really weird lined up.
Maybe I can come up with something with a chicken in it. Tales from the Blue Line by Auditory Anthology is written and produced by me, Keith Conrad. Your narrator is Darren Marlar. Be sure to check out Darren's award-winning paranormal podcast, Weird Darkness, available at weirddarkness.com and your podcast app of choice. If you have a story you'd like to contribute to this series, you can do so by visiting submissions.soundconceptmedia.com or just follow the link in the show notes. You can also support the show by subscribing to our new Substack at auditoryanthology.substack.com. By becoming a paid subscriber, you'll help keep the stories coming. You'll also get every single episode completely commercial-free, and now you can also vote on which story will feature in upcoming episodes.
El rugido de los aficionados, el ritmo de las porras, la intensidad en la cancha. Esto es más que solo un partido de fútbol. Con DraftKings Sportsbook, esta es tu oportunidad de convertir cada jugada en una gran ganancia. Descarga la app de DraftKings Sportsbook y usa el código HEART. Ese es el código HEART para que los nuevos usuarios reciban $200 en bonus bets al instante cuando apuestes solo $5. En asociación con DraftKings, la corona es tuya. ¿Problemas con el juego? Llama al 1-800-GAMBLER. En Nueva York, llama al 877-8-HOPE-NY o envía un mensaje de texto con la palabra HOPE-NY al 467-369. En Connecticut, hay ayuda disponible para problemas con el juego. Llama al 888-789-7777 o visita ccpg.org. Juega responsablemente. En nombre de Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Debe ser mayor de 21 años. La elegibilidad varía según la jurisdicción. No válido en Ontario. Pueden aplicarse cargos en Illinois. Las apuestas de bonos son de un solo uso. La apuesta no se incluye en las ganancias y caducan después de ser otorgadas. La oferta finaliza el 29 de septiembre 2025 a las 11:59 p.m. hora del este. Los términos en DraftKings.com/sportsbook/promos.